some update on the Changi Airport cluster. The men and women at our Changi Airport, they have worked very hard over the decades. I think brought a lot of pride to Singapore and Singaporeans, but now they are facing probably their biggest challenge since Singapore became independent. First is because of COVID, the entire aviation is decimated. They're serving now less than 3% of pre-COVID passenger traffic, and really the bare bones to keep Singapore connected to the rest of the world. And these are really talking about families reuniting, Singaporeans, PRs returning home, workers, students going overseas for overseas posting or overseas studies, key officials, businessmen, investors coming or going out to get deals done or supervise significant investments. So really the bare bones. And now they are hit with a COVID cluster. They have been on the front line, risking their own safety day in, day out for the past 16 months for a task that is entrusted upon them. And I think they really did their best. Don PPE, they observe safety precautions, put themselves through regular testing, 14 days, some 7 days. When vaccines first came out and Singaporeans were uncertain or jittery about vaccines, they decided to take the plunge first. And today, more than 90% of them, the front line, has been vaccinated. But unfortunately, this mutant virus, very virulent, it broke through the layers of defense. Changi Airport, they have plotted the first 20 over infections they have detected and found that they are quite congregated. Most, in fact, congregate around one zone. And this is the zone with a finger pier that receive higher risk countries' arrivals, including South Asia, and then the conveyor belt and immigration. So it's that whole zone. And infections were all around that area. So that zone is our equivalent of Ward 9D, like Tan Tock Seng Hospital. And from that zone, workers go have their lunch, go have their meals at the T3 basement 2 commercial areas and the food court. And we suspect from there, it transmitted to members of public that visited the place. So the first worker case was detected 6th of May. From time to time, we do detect one case here, one case there. So on 6th of May, together with MOH, we did contact tracing, testing, quarantine. But on 8th of May, MOH detected the student who was infected after visiting Terminal 3, Basement 2 food court. So immediately the next day, we took action, closed down the entire commercial area in T3, Basement 2 for deep cleaning. And then we started special ops with MOH to test 9,000 workers in T1, T3, plus Jewel. And since we are testing Jewel, we also decided close Jewel for 2 weeks as a precaution. So as of last night, 7,641 has been tested. Almost 6,000 results are out. 6 were positive, and these 6 were detected in the first 2 days of the special ops. Lately, in fact, they have not been positive. What is noteworthy, 500 workers in Jewel has been tested, and results are out, and so far, all negative. However, this is one group. There's another group of workers who are close contact with earlier infection cases, so they have been in quarantine. They too are being tested, and so every day, past couple of days have been 10 cases. I think yesterday was 13 cases were tested positive, and this is the number that have been contributing to our community cases that has been reported. Of all the workers in Changi Airport, 28 of them infected. Majority, in fact, 19 of them, they have been fully vaccinated. And the last I checked, all are well, and no one is on oxygen. So we are cautiously hopeful that the airport worker cluster, just the worker cluster, hopefully can be contained through quarantine and testing, just like what has happened at the seaport and Tan Tock Seng. The airport has since tightened up measures, in fact, rethought through the entire concept of operations and operating around the concept of segregation. So now the airport will have higher risk zone, lower risk zone. I just visited them this morning. And if it's higher risk zone, the workers are cohorted. So if you work in a higher risk zone, you stay within that. You are donning full PPE, category 2 now. Cleaners, in fact, category 1. And you consume your meals, will be catered within the zone. You consume your meals within the zone, you don't come out. So it's a concept of segregation that they have started to implement. And the big worry now is now the onward community transmission coming out of the commercial area in T3B2. And that is why we are announcing this series of measures today. So I hope we continue to give our support to our airport workers as you have done for our hospital workers. They need all the support we can have, we can give them now to keep things going and to keep our airport surviving. And we need to have each other's back. Thank you.